Welcome back, IP6. I hope that you are doing great, you're staying safe, and you're staying home. Today we are continuing our 3D software, and we wanted to continue practicing in the Tinker software. So let's continue the lessons on the platform itself, and let's open the program. So as usual, we go to the website. And we go to learn lessons. See all the lessons. So we went to cylinder E-rings. Today we continue from basic button. Just click start. So first things are first, it says drag a cylinder to the work plane. So here's a cylinder and we just drag it into the work plane. Next, we want to scale it down to 2 millimeters. So we have to change it to 2. Once we did that, we can, it gives you a tip. You can scale it down with the white dot at the top of the cylinder, which we already did. We just go click on the dot and then we can change the number. It's easier. Instead, you can also, of course, you can also drag it like this. But for me, you just click it once and then it gives you the size like this, and you just change to be the size that you need. So 2 in this case. In my opinion, it's much easier and more exact instead of dragging it like this, you see. Like you have to go very slowly until you reach 2. But up to you, you know, but there's 2 ways, so you can do both, whatever it's easier for you. Next, scale it to smaller, to a diameter of 16. So let's change this diameter to 16. So what you should do is either you can change like this, or you click it same as before and change it to be 16. And of course this should be 16 as well. And we drag it to be in the center of the orange area that it says we should keep it. This will be the main shape of the button. So we already have our main shape. And now we have to create holes in the one we draw already. So we have to draw another cylinder. So let's drag it in. Now that we have it, scale it to a smaller diameter of 3. So we change this to be 3. And we move it to be in the location of the orange area that it's mentioning. Okay. Make this cylinder a hole. And don't forget, you can adjust the snap 1 to 0.5 millimeters for more accuracy, which I did already. I did it 0.25. So now we have to make it as a whole. But before we do so, let's copy this too. Here we get the whole. All right. So I hope you got it. So one more time, I'll do it for you. So you select all the shapes. So you select all, you select just these two that you want it to be whole. So you make it as a whole like this. And then you select the whole thing and group them. So we get our whole in the middle. All right. Now we're done with this. This was quite easy one. I hope you know how to do this. And if not, I hope you practice it. Next, we go back to our lessons. Back to the project, accept all. Let's go to the full button. I'm supposing that it's very similar to what we have done now. So I won't explain too long for each step. So first you have to drag, you can follow step by step, drag a box to the work plane and scale to the height of 8 and the size 8 by 20. 8 by 20. Okay, the other way, sorry. 8 by 20. Perfect. And we just move it to the area that it's needed. And we drag a round roof shape to the work plane. Here is the round roof. We just drag it from the shapes. Once we have it, we have to rearrange it a bit. So add it to the end of the box, scale it to smaller 4 and 8. So height should be 4, I'm supposing, and this should be 8 on each side. And once we have that, we move it there. And now we have to add it here. Let's rotate it to be, oops. So for rotation, also you can click here and just click 90 degrees and it rotates it. And also other way you can do the same. You see, hold on. Okay, perfect, 90. Great. And then we just go and put it on the, you can, don't forget you can use this to adjust it more exact. You can change this to be 0.5. So you can move it. So we'll move it here and let's check from the other side. How does it look? Okay, I think it looks good. Perfect. So we have this edge already. So copy it to the other side also. What you can do is mirror. But the problem is with mirror, it doesn't copy. So you can just Control D, take it there, mirror it, and then once you have it, let's go to the top view, move it a bit so we can just fit it here. Great. Now drag a cylinder to the work plane. So this is probably the hole that we are going to make inside of it. Change the size to be 3 millimeters by 3 millimeters. And of course, it has to go through the button itself. So we rotate it again as before. Remember, we just click on it and this is similar as I told you with the size. So you can drag it by yourself like this and go to 90, or you can type in 90, which for me personally, it's much easier and much faster if I just type in instead of approximately doing it. So I just suggest you to do the same. But again, most important thing is whatever is easier for you to do. Now we just need to copy. Don't forget, for copy, you can press Alt or Option in Mac and hold Shift so it goes straight and it doesn't change the angle. And now that we have it, yeah, about right. Okay, and then you just make the hole. And this extra part doesn't matter because we're going to make a hole. It already goes through it, so you don't have to make it exactly like that. Now we select our three shapes and make it as a whole. And now we can group the whole shape, select everything and make a group. Now you can see that there is actually a hole in there. Very good. So our holes are a bit currently not, it's fine. The point was making a hole and making this shape. For me, the holes I would prefer to be more in the middle. So it's from each side, it's the same size, but we followed the instructions of the website. So I suppose it's fine. Yeah, but the main purpose is just make a similar shape. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. As long as you go through each step, you just learn how to use the each command. And don't forget, I keep repeating myself. I like to let you know that please make sure you write down make sure you take pictures of your files or save them as images. You keep them in a folder, and for final, your life will be much easier. So you just need to take the picture and put it in the PowerPoint or in the Word file, and then just write a bit about it and just send it as a PDF to me. That it's very easy. For next class, I will write for you and explain for you in detail, but I like to remind you every class that please save your files. All right. If not, you have to redo some of them. Next, we have a flower. So let's get started. We just drag a cylinder inside. Scale it smaller to a height of 2 millimeters and a diameter of 6 millimeters. So the height should be 2 and the diameter should be 6. Now you can copy the cylinder and place it in the area outlined. So you can see it here. We will change the grid lines to be 0.25, which is better, and it will make our work easier. So and repeat the same process again and again by copying it. So when I'm copying, I use Alt key on my keyboard and select it and move it around, as this sets are also. So copy and paste another cylinder and move it out to the outline area. So what you do is the quickest way to make copies of shapes is to hold Alt button and then click and drag the cylinders. This will leave the original shape where it is and create a new copy. So I told you already, you just use the Alt command and you can move it around. That's the fastest way. So next, drag another cylinder. Scale it to smaller diameter, which is 2, and move it to the spot that we need. So to be here. Copy paste the same thing. Don't forget, you can use Alt and Shift to go straight. And you're almost there. So select all the shapes and group them to a single one. But we forgot to do this part. Hold on. We're not done. We ungroup first. We want to make this as a whole. So don't forget to make it as a whole file. So we select this and click whole, and then select the whole thing and group them. And then we get our whole also, right? Okay, I hope you learned this one also. So for today, that's all. I want you to practice these, save them as images or screenshots if you want, and save them in your folder. And next week, I will explain to you what to do with all these images. All right, so take care and stay safe. See you next class. Bye-bye.